You can safely turn off the camera like me.
Okay, so maybe I'll just share the screen and I can just quickly go through. Uh, just a minute. Share screen. PowerPoint slideshow. You've seen the screen, yeah?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay. So basically, this is a presentation from Toastmasters International. And basically, it's a new member orientation slide pack that is coming directly from Toastmasters International. So they're saying here, so you have joined Toastmasters, now what? It's so you've taken that decision to give your time and effort and money for this institution called Toastmasters International. Now, what next? After joining. So uh, so basically, what we want to achieve is we want to know your goals. What exactly are you aiming for when you're joining Toastmasters? With what goal did you actually join Toastmasters? Then we'll talk about the club meeting roles. Then the Toastmasters Pathways learning experience. As you know, the curriculum is called Pathways. Then mentoring. The club. Uh, as we said that, like, I had sent in a form as well, right, to ask people whether you're interested to have mentor, and I had asked people to, if they want to mentor someone, they can do that as well. Mentee and mentor, that's very important. I think we have uh, that kind of uh, ethos in our club. So, and then leadership opportunities. The leadership opportunity is taking up the committee roles, which is really a nice way to explore the leadership potential that we have. Next steps, member support and club expectations. So these are all the different aspects that we can cover. So in terms of the goals, so basically try and uh, you know understand what goals you are having in terms of when you've joined Toastmasters. What is your goal? And everyone's goal could be different. Some people join Toastmasters for giving their best man speech, and they come and they practice the best man speech, and then they're happy, and they might stay with Toastmasters, or they might actually leave Toastmasters as well. So there's been quite a number of examples like that. Some people join Toastmasters and they continue to remain in Toastmasters and explore the different options that are available in terms of building the network between people. That's an amazing aspect as well of Toastmasters, because you get to know people from different walks of life, different professionals, and all that helps in terms of building up that network and interacting with people and working with people. So that's an important part. So whatever the goal is, just have it in mind. What is my goal? Why have I joined Toastmasters? And keep once we have achieved one goal, we can go to the next goal, and we can keep increasing our goals. Keep going for different goals and expand our horizons, so to speak. That's what Toastmasters is all about. So then this is as the club here. So, and as a VP education myself, is there anything specific that I can do as a VP education, and we as a committee? There are different committee roles. Do you want to set up your own time frames, or do you want us to nudge you to participate? So this is something that everyone is different. So if someone wants a nudge, we are ready to give that nudge. And I think generally going a little bit outside the comfort zone is always good. Maybe it depends on different people, but slowly coming out of the comfort zone helps everyone in terms of broadening the horizons and perspectives. And then all the meeting roles that we have in Toastmasters, right? So, and then each meeting role has their own set of responsibilities. So information about how to sign up for roles in your club, that is VP education would help in terms of nudging the members and asking them to do the different roles. So we have all these roles. For example, the Toastmaster. Toastmaster. Uh, so basically, Toastmaster of the day script. So there is a script and log as well. I'll send you this. I'll send you the. Maybe I should share the screen in a different way. Just a moment. So there is a Toastmaster role script as well. I'll just share it with you now. It's just loading up. Okay, so just a moment. I might share it in a different way. Share screen, stop share. Just a moment. I'll just share screen, and I'll share the screen too. Okay. So are you seeing the Toastmaster of the day script and checklist? Okay. So basically all this, so before meeting, where all speakers contacted and all speech titles obtained, where members assigned meeting roles and made aware of their responsibilities. When introduced, did you acknowledge the president's introduction and audience, where the timer, grammarian, so vote counter we really don't have, but our counter we have, where all speakers introduced properly. So each and every role, we have this checklist as well available. Right. So that is, I might actually go back to here, club meeting roles. So that is Toastmaster, right? So then we have the table topics master. So this is the topics master. So for topics master, there is a script and log, just like what we had for Toastmaster, so topics master generally has to prepare the topics and then ensure that they get participation from all the members in terms of whatever their set of topics are. So that is topics master. Then the speaker themselves. So the speakers are who are participating in the table topics, right? The table topic speakers. Then we have the grammarian. So grammarian is, so when we are doing different roles, for example, if you're doing the role of a grammarian, so what we are doing is we are planning, evaluating, we are having interpersonal communication, and we are working on our public speaking skills, and especially hearing clearly, listening, I think is a very important part of grammarian role. Then there is our counter. So our counter would look into the crutch words that people use and try and help people to make them self-aware that these crutch words are being used and how it can be avoided by just pausing. You don't need to do anything else, just pause. Generally, we don't do that. Like, especially I can see myself as well, not pausing as much as I should be. So instead of pausing, I would just say, use different crutch words, like. So generally our counter will notice all those words and then give a generic report. And then if they want to particularly talk to someone, they can go personally and speak with them. So that is our counter role. Then we have the timer. Timer role is, say, generally the icebreaker speech is between 4 to 6 minutes, and generally other speeches are between 5 to 7 minutes. Sometimes some speeches are bigger speeches. So depending on what the speech is, we time and then we display the green, orange, or yellow and red to indicate that the time is passing. So that is time management aspect. And then speaker. So basically we're speaking the public speaking skills, and all the different ways how we can do the public speaking. So that is what speaker, by doing the speeches, we practice those skills. And then the evaluator is evaluating the speech. So again, there is keen listening and then trying to understand how we can help the person to get to the next level in terms of delivering the speech. So there is critical thinking, providing feedback and motivation, active listening as well. So that's quite an important thing here. And then the general evaluator, again, the general evaluator would be a little bit more in terms of, because general evaluators, one of the roles is not only to inform how the whole meeting went, how each and every role holders performed, but it would also excuse me, I just got the sneeze. So Yes, so general evaluator would not only evaluate the meeting from the beginning to the end, they would evaluate the role holders, all the role holders, and they would also evaluate the evaluators. How did the evaluator evaluate the speakers? So general evaluator is, as you can see, that it's kind of a vast role there in terms of what needs to be done. Those are the roles. And then table topic speaker, that is basically speaking for the table topics, volunteering to speak. And when asked by the table topics master, you volunteer and you speak. So those are all the different roles, club meeting roles. Any questions on this? I will send a slide back later, and you will get all the details in terms of how you can do those roles. And it is directly coming from Toastmasters International. So everything is there. Any questions until now?
No, sir. Yeah.
Okay, thanks. So that's the club meeting roles. So that was club meeting roles. Then the important part is Toastmasters Pathways Learning Experience. So pathways, there are 11 unique paths: effective coaching, dynamic leadership, presentation mastery, engaging humor, different team collaboration. We'll go through it. So then you can take the assessment to find the best one for you. And then each path has 5 levels. And then there is a navigator link, which will actually give the details of what is there in a Toastmasters pathway. I might, so if I go here, it will open up. So I need to log in here. And then it will show the navigator. This is the Toastmasters navigator, speeches, pathways, learning experience. Right? So what is pathways? How should we work on pathway? Which path to choose? How do I get started? Do I earn awards? So we get certificates. Completing each and every level, we get a certificate for each of the levels that we complete. There's a frequently asked questions as well here. It's not working. Interesting. So there is base camp. So we can go into the pathways. I'll go into this later. So I'll go back to the presentation that we were here. So we were here. No, we were here. So return. I'll just return back. So Toastmasters Pathways Learning Experience. Right. So yeah. So this is what all are the paths, as I mentioned. So there is dynamic leadership, effective coaching, engaging humor, innovative planning, leadership development, motivation strategies, persuasive influence, presentation mastery, strategic relationships, team collaboration, visionary communication. All these are terms, business terms. Right? So, and one of the things that I always say to people when they take on any path is, generally what would happen is much of the topics or the projects covered would be similar in levels 1, 2, and sometimes 3 as well. Then 3, 4, and 5 levels would have a little bit different projects. Strategic leadership relationship, for example, would have a project where you experience your own strategic relationships within your dealings, and then you come back and report to the club how you did. So those are the types of projects that are, and of course, what we can do is each and every project begins with an icebreaker. So generally what I recommend to people is, if you're doing, say, effective coaching as a path, and if you're doing an icebreaker, try and give the club an experience of how you have been an effective coach, or what have been your learnings being a coach to someone. Your icebreaker should deal with that. So that's how you can, because generally people have this challenge that they say that, why should I give icebreaker every time? Icebreaker is generally when you are new and you're breaking that ice and you're telling the club that this is who I am. Generally, what you can do here is you can give the different aspects of your personality, right? So how you are as a leader, how you are as a coach, how is your humor, How do you plan things? How are you as a leader? How do you motivate people? How do you persuade people? How do you present? How is your relationship in terms of developing strategic relationships? All those different aspects of your personality, and focus on one aspect in one path, and then get to the end of the path. So that's what I recommend generally to people. So then, for each of the path, we have the different levels, as I was mentioning. So there are 5 levels in each path. So you can see here what are the main skills that we build by doing dynamic leadership, and what are the additional skills that we build by taking the dynamic leadership path. So similarly, all the other paths, they have their own different unique skills that we can build on. So presentation mastery has public speaking as the main one there. So if you see strategic leadership, the additional skill is networking. And then collaborative leadership is for team collaboration. Innovative communication leadership is for visionary communication. So basically, yes. So that is what Pathways is about. And what I'll do is, after I complete this slide deck, I will go into the pathways and I'll just give a run through of how you can navigate the pathways as well in the system, Toastmaster system. So before that, we can just return back and we can go to the mentoring aspects. So again, as I mentioned in the beginning, it is a mentorship system that we wanted to set up in the club so that people can have a one-to-one relationship with one person, and then they can ask any questions they want to ask to that person. So that's what we want to do through mentoring. Okay, and that was about mentoring, and then the leadership opportunities. So this is where we can practice our leadership skills as well. Generally, people consider Toastmasters as a public speaking platform, which is true. But there is a very important aspect to Toastmasters, which is about doing leadership roles. So this is where we can actually. So we join as members, and then we can take up the club committee roles, and then we can take an area director role. So area director would have multiple clubs that they have to manage. So you see here, the level of leadership keeps on increasing, right? So as member, we are just leading ourselves mainly. And then if we have got some special skills, we are helping others as well, mentoring others. Then as we take the club leadership role, we are trying to help all the club members come together and develop their skills. Then as an area director, we help multiple clubs to prosper and grow and bring in the members. As division directors, we help multiple areas. So this is how the Toastmasters is structured. There are members within the clubs are within the areas are within the divisions, and then so the divisions are within the districts. So we are in district 71. Our division is F, our area is 9, and our club number is 6573. So that's how we are. And then there are regions as well. So regions have multiple districts within them. So we are in region 10. And then there is board of directors. So there is a vast array of leadership skills that people can practice. When people go into these areas, this is like really leading a huge group of people and then bringing something together, which is a great leadership skill practice that we can do here. So that is about leadership development. Any question here in terms of until now, whatever we have covered?
No, that's good. Well, okay. Just maybe just one. Once you pick your pathway, can you change it in the middle, or should you finish the one that you've started?
Yes. So ideally, once you have picked, it's not necessary that you should have only one path at a time. You can have many paths open at the same time, and you can navigate different paths in different ways. So that's fine. Okay. That's not a problem.
Okay, thank you.
The thing about Toastmasters is they give one path as free when the new member joins, but later any other path you have to purchase it for $20. $20 US. So that's how the Toastmasters International fee structure is.
Okay.
Right. So this is the leadership opportunities. Okay. Next steps. So you would have actually got a welcome email. Yeah, you got a welcome email, yes. And then just so that it doesn't go into the spam, you can add it as a save sender. So, and then you click the get started and you follow the steps. I'm assuming you both have done that. Would that be right? Is it?
Yes.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah.
Very good. Very good. So that is the important thing to do in the beginning in terms of navigating the system, at least. Member support and club expectations. So this is basically what, as a club, what we want to do. We have 2 meetings per month, as you know, 2nd and 4th Tuesdays. We don't have any, if you miss the meeting, then consequence. But some clubs, if they want, they can do that. They can have a dress code. The taboo topics, generally, it's not a formal rule, but generally they say that don't talk about politics, religion, and those kind of topics which would bring passionate reactions from people. It might cause a little bit of challenge. Generally, they say try to avoid those kind of topics, if possible anyway. It's not a rule, but it's a guideline. And then our club culture, as we know, our club culture is very informal and very close, in terms of helping people to grow as they want to grow. So that's our club culture here. Okay, so this is what I wanted to talk about in terms of the new member. Now what we can do is I can actually, so basically, in terms of logging in, you go to toastmasters.org and then you do a login and you put in your email, your password. If you have forgotten the password, you can click the forgot password. Then your email, they will email you a temporary password and then you can log in and then you can create another password. First time logging in here, don't have an account. If there's someone who is not in a club at all, it actually says that how you can join a Toastmasters club. So then we log in. And once we log in, this is a welcome page that we get. So this is my details here. I've been a member since this, and my member number is this. So now there are different, so you can see here, there are different areas there. My education and achievements, that's the main one. Then the leadership central, the club central is coming to me here because I'm a club officer. If someone is not a club officer, they won't get this here. They will get only these two. If I'm doing a district role, I will have a district central as well. I'll have one more here. Say if I'm doing an area director role or a division director or a district director, I'll get one more option here. And then there's from the organization to you. If you want to know more about what each and every role involves in, you can get all the information here. Monthly articles, and then this one is quite interesting, and I can actually give a quick overview of this here. Distinguished performance reports, right? So this is quite an interesting one. What this is it's a dashboard. Okay, this is a dashboard of this contains the whole information about Toastmasters International, right? I was talking about the regions, district, divisions, areas, and clubs. So you can see here how there are all these regions here. There are 14 regions, and then there is a undistricted as well. All these regions are based on different countries. There is a group of countries that come under this region, a group of countries in this region. So we are in region 10 here. Okay, so we are district 71. We are in region 10. Region 10 is generally some of the European countries that are clubbed together. So I go to district 71. Then I get, this shows in district 71 when it started in 1st of July 2023. It had 192 clubs. At the moment, it has 189 paid clubs. Right, so this is giving at the district level. So if a district director and his team will look at these goals, and then they will try and address how to if some club is not performing well, they need to look into that and see what they can do to help the club. So then, we are in Division F, right? So there is Division A. In the area, as I was saying, area will have multiple clubs, division will have multiple areas, and district, so this is District 71, will have multiple divisions. And then region will have multiple districts, right? So it's an interesting structure here. And it's quite interesting. All this is being done by members. Members are doing, so they are exploring their own leadership skills here. And the members are actually looking after the clubs. So here we see our Athlone Club is here in Area 9. And if I go into the Athlone Club, so it says here what region, district, division, and area we are in. Our base, 30th of June 2023 was 20. At the moment, we are 19 members. And then these are the things. So now you can see here how the progress of individual members relates to the progress of the club, right? So here, if 4 members, if they achieve level 1, the club will get 1 point. So they have all linked together. It's a wonderful way that Toastmasters has put this in. So the members' progress is related to the club's progress. So say, for example, Monica and Gokul, you complete 2 level 1s and you apply that from Toastmasters International. So first of all, I'll go through the pathways, how you can do that. So then the VP Education has to submit your awards. And once your awards are submitted, this will go to 2 here. And then we'll need to get 2 more people to complete their level 1. And once 4 people complete their level 1, this will get a tick here. When this gets tick, our goals will be 4 here. Now it is 3 here. So the club will have 4 goals met. So it's all interconnected. A member's progress is connected to the club's progress. And then person can understand the health of the club. If the club has good membership base, if they're meeting all these goals, that means the members are also thriving. They're doing their speeches, they're doing their roles, and that's why all this is getting better. So it's quite an interesting way. So that's why there is a lot of help needed from the members for the club to become distinguished. The club has got these status: distinguished, select distinguished, and president's distinguished. And it is dependent on how active the members are. If the members are not that much active, the club will not do well. If the members are active, the club will be distinguished, select distinguished, even president's distinguished. And we can see here when this was chartered, the club was chartered on 1st of June 1987. I think they used the American system here, in terms of the dates, month, day, and year. So that is, so I wanted to show this. So, and then there is Udly. Udly is quite interesting as well. This is an AI tool. So if you have time, you can explore this. This is a tool using which you can practice your speeches, and the tool will actually give you feedback on how you're doing the speeches. It will say how fast or slow you are speaking, how many filler words you're using, and everything else. So it's quite an interesting tool here that's available for Toastmasters members. Udly. Right. So these are all, and how to renew. This is thing. So now what? Generally, a new member, they have to go to the Learning Hub, and then they can choose a path. As I said, a new member gets a free path in the beginning. Any new path, if you are taking, you have to give $20 US, and you can do it directly online, and then you will get the path in your profile. So this is what is about the Learning Hub, right? So Basecamp is a major thing that is important for all of us in terms of progressing through the Pathways navigation system, right? So you go to Basecamp. Like I had formed a club as well, Personal Growth Leaders. That's an online club that I have formed. So I got that club as well here. So here I'm selecting the Athlone Club. And then I go to my paths and learning, right? Education transcripts. And then here, I will go to, I have completed 2 paths. So I'm actually going to a completed. If people are continuing to do their path, they will get in the active itself. The active tab. I don't have any path here. So I will go to the completed and it will show me what paths I have completed. Right? So I have completed dynamic leadership and effective coaching, and I have completed pathways mentor program and distinguished Toastmaster. That is a project that you need to do to get to distinguished Toastmaster. So I've done all those things. So it's showing what I've done. So basically what you will get is, you'll get this, say for example, in dynamic leadership, I'll open the curriculum here and I will get all the levels and all the projects that are there in the levels, right? So have you navigated this before?
No, seeing it for first time myself.
You haven't. Okay. How about yourself?
I've done a bit, yeah.
Okay, very good. Very good. So yes, so this is very important for all the members to do, because I mentioned about this thing here. This thing can happen not just by speeches. What is happening nowadays in Toastmasters Club is people keep giving lots and lots of speeches, but they don't do anything with this. And if they don't do anything with this, it does not get recorded here. And unfortunately, this is happening quite a lot in Toastmasters clubs across the world, literally. Since they introduced the system, it's around 5 years now, I think they have introduced the system, but somehow or other, the members who are not technology friendly, they don't bother to log in and do all these things, and the club suffers. So basically, what people have to do is, they have to actually, before they're giving the speech, they have to do all these things. Say for example, if I'm doing an icebreaker speech, what I have to do is I have to open this project. It opens up this window, which will come now, and then you have to navigate through that, all the steps there. It will show all the steps now. And the system is a little bit slow, so that might be an issue for people as well. And I think they're trying to improve that, trying to make it more better. So here, for every project, all these things come up. And this is a very, it is giving so much value to the members. If you look at this, it gives so much information. Like for example, it is telling how you can prepare and present, how you can connect to the audience, all the details it gives here. Introduction, what your assignment is, you assess your skills before, right? So how am I in terms of my current skills? You do your assessment, right? And then you look into your competencies. The video navigation, it tells you a lot about this project. It actually gives a lot of information. Then it talks about you and your goals, how you can prepare and present. And then you come back after your speech, what you have to do. You receive your feedback, you listen to the evaluator. It gives all the information here, right? And then what you do is you review and apply. You complete your assignment. You look after your evaluation, and then finally, what you do is you assess your skills after, right? So this is how you measure how I did. It's all a self-evaluation tool. People are doing evaluation when you do the speeches in the club, and they are giving you evaluation, and then you're doing a self-evaluation as well. So you review your skills before you understand what the project is about. You complete your assignment, your own evaluation, and then you assess your skills. These are the evaluation resources. So for each and every project, you'll have the evaluation resources, and then you assess your skills, and then the project is complete. That particular project is complete then. So that's how. So this project becomes you get a tick mark beside the project. When you start, you don't have this tick mark. But when you do all this thing, the before and after and everything, you get a tick mark. Again, for the second one, do the same thing. You launch, do a before, after, again for the next one. And then finally, here, because I've done, it is showing as view certificate, but you will get an option called mark complete. You'll get an option mark complete. When you click on that mark complete option, then as a VP, I'll get a notification that you have completed the level. And I have to approve it. So I can go into, like, I'll just show you, I'll just give you a quick, so basically, I have to go as a Basecamp manager, right? So I go into my home, I go into Basecamp. So once you do a mark complete, I have to log in as a Basecamp manager, right? Because I'm doing a VP Ed role for Athlone, I'm getting this option. Anyone and secretary and president also get these options, Basecamp manager option. So what they can do is they can go in here, and once you do a mark complete, in the pending requests, I can approve. I'll get a request here that you have completed, and then I will approve it. And after I approve it, I have to go and I have to submit it as well. So all this needs to be done by VP Education. So I have to go here. I have to go into Club Central. I have to go into Athlone Club, and I have to submit your education award, right? So once I do a submit of your education award, I have to first approve yours. First, you have to do your mark complete as a member. Then it comes to me. Then I have to approve it in the Basecamp. Then I have to submit the education award. And once I submit the education award, then it gets reflected here. So then the whole system is ticking. In terms of people knowing externally as well that the club is doing good. Otherwise, sometimes people won't know the club is doing good. If people are just doing speeches and they're not doing anything in the pathway system, no one will know how club is doing. Like all this might show nothing here. So it's really important that people, do this. They log into pathways and, navigate this like this. So, and that's why it's quite important for all the members to start logging in and, getting acquainted with the system. That's really important. Any questions until now?
No, Samesh, it's good. Yeah, actually, it's looking good. It's like getting rewards for what you're doing, and it keeps you motivated.
Exactly, Gokul. That's the whole goal of all this exercise. That we keep knowing what our goals are, and we keep working towards those goals. And that can keep on increasing. Every time we achieve one goal, we have another goal. And then we keep on. And that's why there are all those 11 paths that we have. And all these different levels we have. Like in dynamic leadership, generally what happens is across all the projects, this icebreaker, and generally level 1 and level 2, the projects are same projects, and sometimes people feel monotonous about it, that why is it the same? But then, as I said, we can practice our specific skill set related to that particular area, and then we can practice. We can make it different. We can make the project different. Then there is level 3, because I'm doing dynamic leadership, it's a little bit different here. Negotiate best outcome. And then there are elective projects, and 14 projects are there. And minimum 2 has to be done here. Right. So then level 4, manage change. So some of these projects, what happens is we have to work with a team, and then we have to achieve something. And then we come back to the club and we say that, we have done this and we have achieved this. So it's really, really quite a lot of practical work that goes in terms of actually doing these projects. So that way it's really practical as well. And here in level 5, there is lead in any situation, and then the elective projects. And then once I complete all, I can do a complete path. I can complete. I can say that I'll get an option that the level is complete and the path is also complete. Here the path completion. So I do the level 5. I say mark complete, and then I go to the path. I do a reflection on my path, and this is there in every path as well. How I did the path, and share that experience with the club. What did I learn from doing this path? And then I can say mark complete for this path. and then one path is over with all the 5 levels. And while we are doing this, always remember the club is also gaining. Not only are we gaining in terms of getting those certificates, because what happens is we actually get the certificates as well. For example, here if I look at it here, I'll have a certificate here. And that's so it's from the international president and the chief executive officer of Toastmaster International. So this is the date when I had completed it. And so and for each and every, this is the path, but in levels also you'll get certificates. Once you complete all these projects in the level, once you do the mark complete and it is approved, you'll get this certificate like this. So achieving each and every level, these certificates can get. And so it's a small motivation for people in terms of what they have achieved and what they have learned.
And does that come in the post or on email? The certificate?
It's directly like this. What I'm showing you here.
All right, you got it on email then. Oh, in there.
So it's like this. So you can actually, if you want, you can print this out and you can keep it.
Okay.
You can take a printout. You can save this. This is a printer here, and this is a save here. You can download it and you can take a printout.
Yeah.
They have made everything as an online version. Earlier, they used to have books. They used to have a totally different system. They used to send the books and all those things. Now it is, and this is where the members who are technologically challenged, they find it quite difficult. They are not able to accommodate with this change.
Yeah.
Because I think generation like myself and younger generations, they are very technology friendly people. But older generation people, some may be technologically friendly, some may not be. And therefore, people are not actually logging in. They are not doing all these things that they should be doing, because they're losing out on quite a lot of things, because there's huge amount of material here, in terms of, as I showed you, like when you go in here, there is so much information out there, in terms of what they tell. And I've clicked the wrong button here.
But I think people need this training, because I've logged in a few times, but I didn't find this page until yesterday. I found the pathway, but I didn't find this place where you log it until yesterday. I found it's very hard to find things. I'm not a technical person myself, so I did find this quite difficult, but this is great, to get a good explanation of it.
Yes. And this is what we want to do. That's why I said that, as a club, we should be doing this, especially new members and members who find it to navigate as a technologically challenging thing. So just so that everyone is up to speed in terms of what should be done within the Toastmasters.org website. So the most important thing is go to Basecamp. I think that's the first thing. So I can do this again, maybe, just so that it's clear. I'll log out. So basically we log in, and then, we come to that welcome page. We get the welcome page now. So this is the welcome page. And the first thing here is go to Basecamp. So this is the most important thing here.
Yeah, I think I just went into the Learning Hub, and I didn't go into Basecamp at all.
Oh, okay. Yeah. So Learning Hub is needed when you want to enroll for a new path, and if you want to know more about pathways. Actually, they're going to go to Basecamp here as well. Yeah. But this is like a second click to Basecamp. You can directly go to Basecamp from here. And once you're in Basecamp, then you need to navigate through the whole, you go to the paths in learning. And then once you go to the paths in learning, you get your path, whatever path is active. And then once you go into that path, you get all the levels. I need to open the curriculum here. right, so you get this, and then you have to launch, and you have to go through all those steps. And there's huge learning
I
in
must
each
have
and
got,
every steps.
yeah, sorry. I did get in there, but I don't know how I did it. I didn't know how I did it, but I can see it now.
Yeah. So that's the way to do it. And then basically you launch this. And once you launch, you get to that specific details of what the project should be doing. And then you go through those steps, assess your skills before, like this, So here, this is a quick way of navigating through the whole project. So this one was this, say, for example, if I am if I'm doing evaluation and feedback, for example, So if I launch this, it will have a different set of details in relation to that project. Icebreaker would have something else. Different projects will have different details. And there is a wealth of information there, in terms of the resources that are available. It's quite amazing. For that $20 that we are providing, the resource that they provide is quite amazing, actually. So here, this particular project, and of course, the first one is free as well. The remaining, whenever we are buying the park, it is $20. So here you see, this is different here now, because it's a different evaluation and feedback project. I have all these, like what competencies I'm going to learn. So I will learn that success begins with accepting feedback. If I don't accept feedback, I'm not going to succeed. How do I receive? How to use? How can I be an effective evaluator? Because one of the things that we do as in this project is we do a speech evaluation as well. So that is, how do we stay positive when you're evaluating what you should be doing, review and apply, complete, then you finally do the assess your skills after. So it's the same kind of, details for each and every path. You do assess your skills before, after, and in between, you'll have all the details related to that particular project. And so that is, that's the nutshell in terms of the whole thing that I have wanted to cover. So basically, so the club meeting roles, we went through the Toastmasters Pathways learning experience, and then we went through all this. Okay. Yeah. Any questions? Any other discussion points?
No, for me, actually, that was a good overview of what Toastmaster looks like for me, because I was a very new member and I was just looking for like public speaking. But this has a lot of, like you said, a lot of information, and we can always go and explore and see what we can do for ourselves. Yeah. So
yes, absolutely.
that was a quick, good run of the whole Toastmasters thing. So thanks for that.
Welcome, Google. And one of the things now, you are probably a few steps ahead of someone who doesn't know this. So what you can do is you can try and help others as well. Whatever you can help others with that, because this is the way. This is the only way we can bring everyone together. Each and every one of us share our knowledge with others and help them.
In terms of technical things, sure, I can help with other people. I can do that.
That'll be great. Yeah. So, as I said, the older members, especially, they are finding it quite challenging to navigate. I think it's not that much intuitive as well. The software that they have, you get to do it a few number of times and then you become comfortable with it. It's that kind of a system. But sometimes what happens is people are not interested at all to log into Toastmasters.org, and that becomes a huge challenge, because unless we log into Toastmasters.org, nothing is going to happen, in terms of navigating pathways. That is the first step. Yeah.
Actually, after creating the account, I even myself have not been into that website, the pages, and see things what's in there. So I just wanted to know what are things there. So we need to tell people about the things that are placed in there, and then I think it will also help them a lot to improve in a short span of time, I believe. So it's actually good.
Absolutely, absolutely. One of the things about Toastmasters is it is helping us to come out of a comfort zone. Literally, that's what is happening. And it is happening in such a way that we won't even realize that we have come out of the comfort zone. It's quite amazing the way the whole system works because everyone is supporting each other. It's like a family environment. It's all so we are coming out of the comfort zone and we don't even realize that we are coming out of the comfort zone. That's how wonderful it is. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. That was great, Samesh. Thank you very much.
Thanks.
It's all much clearer now.
Okay, very good, very good. So if you want, we can continue these sessions. Like if you have any questions, for example, the next one, what we can do is you try and navigate through the whole thing as I've told today. And if you find some questions in terms of some challenges that you have seen, we can discuss that. Maybe that we can do in the next one.
Yeah, brilliant.
And then hopefully we should try and let's see if someone who really wants help in terms of navigating, if they can join as well, and then we can help them as well. Because as I said, the biggest challenge most of the Toastmasters clubs are having is that people are doing speeches, but it's not getting recorded in the system. And that means that even though the club might be doing well in terms of all the speeches, the people outside will not know how well the club is doing. Because, that the dashboard that I showed you, the dashboard actually indicates the health of the club. And the health of the club depends on not only people doing speeches, but also using the pathway system, navigating through the pathway system. And when they do that, they would actually gain a lot of knowledge as well.
Yeah.
That's what, unfortunately, people miss on that actually.
But I think if when people join first, if that is explained to them when they join first, because if you're in it a few months and nobody is kind of telling you to go to the website, you can forget about it very easily.
True.
I think if you're told when you join, well, this is what we do and these are the steps and you start there, just what you've done there now, I think it would make it, more normal, a normal part of it for people. But so I think it's great that you're doing it, and hopefully more people will do it.
Exactly. So if we had more newer members and members who want to know about pathways joining today, hopefully they would have benefited as well. So let's see. Yeah. So I'll try and keep this first and third of the Tuesdays. That's what it is today. Yeah, I'll try and do this 1 hour every week.
Yeah,
we can continue these discussions.
Yeah, so every Tuesday is a Toastmaster evening then, so it's 4 of them anyway in the month. That's grand.
That's right, exactly.
Yeah, that's great. Yeah.
Okay, nice chatting with you.
Lovely. Thanks a million, Samesh.
Okay, take care.
Okay, bye, Cockle. Bye.
Bye.